Good evening, voters. This is a story that India must know about. This is a story that India cannot afford to ignore. Because this is a story that tells you how we, even today, are unable to protect our daughters and unable to deliver justice to those who have lost those daughters. I am going to tell you the story of the Kathua rape and murder case with a set of two simple visuals that will tell you the complete story in just one glance. On your left are lawyers who attempted to block the natural process of justice yesterday. They are legal experts, lawyers who are meant to defend us in the court of law. But look at what they're doing. They're chanting, "Go back, go back," to the policemen who are trying to enter the court of Kathua to file a charge sheet in the case of the 8-year-old's rape and murder. On the other hand, on the right of your screen are citizens demanding justice for that 8-year-old. Her family had to deal with the loss of the child. They then had to fight to even find a place to bury her. They then had to fight the cops who tried to cover up this entire case, destroy evidence about who had raped her and who had murdered her. And now the Bar Association of Jammu are blocking them. Who is right? That is the debate tonight.
At the age of 8, most of us remember time spent frolicking away. But fate had something else in store for this child in Kathua district of Jammu and Kashmir. An 8-year-old girl from the Bakarwal community in Jammu was kidnapped, sedated, raped in a temple, killed and then thrown into a forest. Helpless parents seeking justice felt a tinge of respite when the State Crime Branch made the first arrest on the 10th of February, a whole month after the girl went missing from home. A special officer was arrested and then 7 arrests followed.
And there should be no issue of religion or religion in this, and we should not cover whatever has happened there. Justice should be brought.
We are here assembled to protest against this injustice, this shocking injustice.
We really from people from the Kashmir want that the culprits should be booked. They should be hanged.
हर एक आदमी को irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion इनको सड़कों पे आना चाहिए और जो दोषी हैं उनको सजाए मौत उनको फांसी पे लटकाना चाहिए.
Group of lawyers stopped them. There was high drama in the court premises, and then finally police reinforcements had to be brought in to ensure that these people firstly are safe, and then they managed to do their job.
Lawyers gathered, protested, chanted slogans and blocked cops from filing the charge sheet. All of this inside the courthouse.
Really very shocking case where everybody had been from day one trying to play politics. They had been trying to polarize issue on regional and communal basis.
The motive of the crime was allegedly sparking fear in the minds of the nomads, and they may have succeeded.
दूसरा ये रहा कि जो रोहिंग्यास को लेकर उनका चल रहा है, तो फिर तो कल तो जम्मू वाले जो ये कहेंगे कि जम्मू बार एसोसिएशन के जो जम्मू में जो लोग रहते हैं रजौरी पूंछ के या जो चन्हाब खिते में रहते हैं वो भी यहाँ से निकले.
So tonight we ask, must India not outrage and get out of the streets against those who are playing disgusting politics and the communal card over a tragic death and a heinous crime? She too was India's daughter. She deserves justice. Let the debate begin.
I have 3 very simple questions for our panelists tonight. Question number 1. Should the lawyers who blocked the police from entering the court yesterday, chanting slogans, stopping them from filing that charge sheet, should those lawyers face action? Question number 2. What explains the pushback by these lawyers and few of the other groups who are supporting them? Mind you, this is an SIT crime branch probe that is being monitored by the court. Question number 3. Has the system failed another India's daughter. Let's say good evening to our guest joining us this evening, Shabnam Lone. He's a lawyer who's joining us from Srinagar. Sushil Pandit, he's co-founder of Roots in Kashmir, joining us from our Noida studios. Ankur Sharma, a lawyer and activist, joining us from Jammu. Along with him, Abhishek Khajuria, also a lawyer. Kavita Krishnan, Secretary of the AIPWA, will be with us shortly. And Rafi Mir, General Secretary of the PDP, telling us the state's role and what they have done so far and what they must be doing. But I first want to go across to Mr. Abhishek Khajuria, who's a lawyer from Jammu, and ask him about what happened yesterday, Mr. Khajuria.
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to say, being the member of Bar Association Kathua, I really condemn such a brutal act of murder and rape committed with Asifa, who was our little sister. Now, we'll also condemn the way, the style of investigation which the crime branch has done.
What is that visual on your screen, Abhishek Khajuria? First of all, can I please ask all my panelists to, on the broadcast TV show, not take the name of the victim? Also, Mr. Khajuria, what part of the visuals on the screens right now look like you're condemning the investigation? What happened yesterday is called heckling.
Yes.
And blocking natural process of justice.
You
all are lawyers.
I just want to say,
is this the way people should be protesting in our country, by heckling men in uniform?
What I am saying, ma'am, what I am saying that the people of Jammu, Kathua, and particularly the people of village Rasana, they were not satisfied. They are actually not satisfied with the investigation.
Please don't speak about other people.
Done by the.
Don't speak about other people. I don't know if you have a right to represent the bar you are part of. Don't talk about people of Jammu and Rasana. Talk about the lawyers who were present there.
We, the bar members of Kathua Bar Association, we just supported the people who are agitating against the way the investigation has been done in an unfair manner by crime branch, and we were just demanding that we want a CBI inquiry in this case for justice for Asifa.
What kind of a way of protesting is this? Shabnam Lone, I thought lawyers are supposed to be well versed with our legal rights.
Peacefully protesting.
Peacefully protesting.
Peacefully protesting.
Peacefully protesting. You are heckling them. You are blocking them from going inside the court, and your bar association is proud of it. You are proud of the fact that you did not allow them to submit the challan. Can I read out the statement to you, or have you not read the Jammu Bar Association statement yourself? They are proud of the fact, viewers, they are proud of the fact that they did not allow the police to submit and file the challan. They said this will happen again and again till April of 12th.
These are merely false allegations on us.
Okay.
These are merely false allegations on us.
Okay.
We have not resisted them. They were present in the court of Chief Judicial Magistrate. They were present in the court of Chief Judicial Magistrate.
So what is happening in the visuals?
What we were.
Did you say go back, go back?
The visual which you are showing in your channel. This was the time when the court hours were over.
So
when the court hours were over.
So
these were the visuals when court hours were over.
How does that matter? So you can heckle men in uniform then? Do you have zero respect for men in uniform?
Pardon, ma'am, what are you saying?
Do you have zero respect for men in uniform, for the police of your state? Do you think you can heckle them this?
No. We respect law. We respect courts.
Shabnam
we
Lone,
respect law.
Please tell our viewers, is this a way to protest in our country? If I have a problem with a certain investigation that takes place, should I go stand inside the court complex, heckle the cops who are trying to file their charge sheet, or should I actually go and file a petition demanding a CBI probe?
No, Tanvi, a lawyer is an officer of the court. And what they did yesterday was contempt of court and obstruction of justice. You know, the facts of the case was that this is monitored by the Honorable High Court. And yesterday, the case was listed before the High Court. And the police told the High Court that we are ready to file the challan before Kathua, CJM. And that's what they tried to do. They tried to obstruct justice in a most heinous case of rape and murder. I will neither take the name of the accused, nor I will take the name of the little girl who was murdered, because my main aim is that justice should be served from Uttar Pradesh, UP to Jammu and Kashmir. What happened? Where has the Ramarajyam melted? What happened? Where is justice? Is this the justice that these lawyers will behave as hooligans? And they tried to obstruct justice by not allowing the CJM to take the copy of the challan, and reinforcements had to be brought. Whatever, it was a murder most foul. It was a rape most heinous. Yes. 11 days, yes. That little girl was taken, she was sedated, and she was repeatedly gang raped and then killed, and then her body was burned. Whosoever has done this, he has no religion, he belongs to no religion. He is a most barbaric criminal. And these ministers and these lawyers, 2 ministers from the present regime, they went in support of these accused. Those ministers should be asked to resign. But these lawyers,
so this is a false propaganda that is being peddled.
If that has happened, if any elected representative, if any elected representative has gone and expressed support to those who are opposing the natural process of justice, then that is absolutely disgusting.
Please,
Mr. Ankur Sharma.
Nobody is opposing natural course of justice. Now kindly, we need to correct.
Mr. Ankur Sharma, 1 minute.
That is being...
Yes, before you correct whatever this narrative is that you think is fake, I just want to address my viewers here and tell them what has happened. An 8-year-old girl was in captivity for 7 days. When her body was found, it was covered in bruises. Her uterus was damaged. She was left dumped in a forest after she was choked, strangled to death with her own shawl. She was kept sedated while she was raped in those days. All of this is on the basis of the post-mortem report that has come out, the DNA test that has been done. 7 people have been accused and charged in this case. For anybody to come out and give it any other kind of twist is absolutely unacceptable. It is a heinous crime, and that is it. And this is what the Bar Association of Kathua has said in a statement that they released. The state government has failed to deal with the issue and understand the sentiments of people. All the bar members strongly condemn the conduct of crime branch in dealing with the issue. They have actually gone on to say the agitation of the bar proved successful and the crime branch was compelled to go back and the challan could not be presented in the court of the Chief Judicial Magistrate. They are proud of the fact that their protest in stopping what the cops had to do was successful. Yes, Mr. Ankur Sharma, you had a point.
Yes, so the kind of narrative that is being created is that there were a bunch of people,
I have only given out facts.
Who were
Which fact is wrong? Please tell me.
No,
this is not called a narrative. These are facts.
A wrong narrative has been created wherein people of Rasana and adjoining villages, including local lawyers, have been accused of preventing and shielding those who have been accused in the murder case. This is not the case. Kindly appreciate.
I am sorry. One more time. I have only spoken about the Kathua lawyers and what the Bar Association of Kathua has said. These are the facts that I've presented along with the facts of the crime, the heinous crime that has happened. Any other narrative that you have in your mind is for you to deal with. Am I wrong on these facts?
I say this is a botched up investigation according to the DGP of the state. He said that this is a botched up investigation. The evidence has been destroyed. We as lawyers, even the lawyers of Kathua, they came out in support of these people only after a month of their long pending protests, which have been never heard by the government. And there is a narrative that is being created by the chief minister of the state saying that the people, local villagers are trying to protect the accused, wherein we say that we have strong evidence against the crime branch and people involved in the crime branch investigation and the SIT. We say that they are doing a motivated investigation. They are not going to catch the real culprit. The intention of this special investigation team in dealing with this case is different. Their goal is different. We have a person who is a part of the SIT who has spent more than 1.5 years in jail because he committed custodial death and custodial rape. Such kind of people, and there are 2 people from Crime Branch Kashmir who have been brought up. They gave a twist to this investigation.
Are you telling me that the police has also charged 4 policemen? 4 policemen have been charged. 2 special officers, 1 sub-inspector and 1 constable. Are you telling me that they are intentionally going after their own for some other motives?
They are locals of the area. It doesn't matter if they are in police or not. It doesn't matter. Now kindly see. It doesn't matter.
Can you deny the fact that a strand of hair? Can you deny the fact that a strand of hair of the accused was found where the body of the girl was found? Can you deny the fact that strands of hair of the girl were found in the Devastham where she was allegedly kept? Can you deny the fact that mobile data records and call data records placed the accused at the scene of the crime?
That is what the crime branch says. That is what the crime branch says.
Where is your evidence to counter that?
Also like, the crime branch does not have any evidence.
You two are lawyers. You two are lawyers. You are sitting here and telling me about a narrative. Where are your facts?
It is sub judice, Tanvi. The matter is sub judice. Are they experts?
Mehbooba Mufti led the campaign.
Yes, sub judice.
Mehbooba Mufti led the campaign. The national media was also in league. And Mehbooba Mufti goes to Delhi, says one thing, presents factually incorrect things. Before the investigation is completed, before a challan is filed, she being a home minister of the state, comes on record and says, tweets, well, the person who has been caught is a rapist and a murderess, and Hindu people are protecting Hindu rapists and murderers. She communalized the entire situation. She took an ideological stand. And since she took an ideological stand, people were compelled to come out. There were Hurriyat-bagged, Hurriyat-paid activists who are in league with SIT members.
One minute.
Which were taken by the Hurriyat
Come
activists
on, there is nothing communal about it, sir. Stop, this is disgusting. There is nothing communal about it.
We only say that a fair investigation has to be done. How did you create a narrative? We say the people say that we want to see the inquiry.
Hold on. Don't communalize it.
How did the national
media communalize it? Hold on. I will make it once
don't communalize
for all.
Don't make it ugly.
Clear it for my panelists. Ankur Sharma, really? Calm down and put your voice down now.
You will
put your voice down now, Ankur Sharma. And don't please allow me this. Allow me this. This is for all my panelists. This is the show called Last Word. Many of you have come on this show for the first time. Those of you who've come earlier may know this. We do not yell over each other. Ankur Sharma, please listen. Calm yourself down. Your communal tactics are not going to work on this channel. I am here to talk about a heinous crime that has taken place and any possible obstruction of justice that happens in the investigation of that crime. I'm going to go across to Rafi Mir and ask him this question. Rafi Mir, shouldn't there be action against those who stopped the crime branch team yesterday from going inside the court to do their job? I know an FIR has been filed, but shouldn't there be action against these people?
Please give me a couple of minutes. I'll try to come to that. First, it is very shameful the way the things are being put here by the panelist, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Ankur. it is only communalizing the situation further and aggravating the situation further. He must understand, and everybody must understand the intensity of the crime that has been involved. Our heads should hang in shame. And from the day one, there have been problems that hurdles have been created in a fair investigation of a very expert team and a very brilliant team of the local police crime officers. And it is shameful that the way it has been dealt yesterday, they have heckled the policemen, and the investigation was going on under the very supervision of the High Court. It is more shameful the community we were from, that the law officers of the court were expecting them that they help us to get the justice for the deceased girl, for the killed girl, for the raped girl. The way it has been done is very shameful, and I am very sure, I have condemned it from myself, from the party also. Action needs to be taken against all of them. Because the way it has happened yesterday is very shameful, and everybody is annoyed. This is a fringe element. They have been putting obstacles from the day one in the fair investigation of the case.
No, but what about the action against those lawyers? I want to address that. Because if people who are well aware of the legal procedures of our country resort to this kind of hooliganism inside the court premises,
I believe that FIR has been already lodged and action will follow, because they have hampered a normal police action which was going to be taken under law. They have not allowed the police people to go to the court and file the challan, which was a very legal procedure. And the very fact is that all this was happening under supervision of the High Court. Even an ordinary person has respect for the court, and we need to believe the court that even if there could have been some lapses, the court was vigilant and they were keeping an eye on this. Well, I think the way it has been done, yes. Mr. Sharma, who is making a lot of noise, already the observation of the High Court against these people, I strongly condemn it, and action needs to be taken against them.
Well, it's up to your government also to do that, because you're in power right now. But I'm going to go across to two other panelists who haven't spoken yet. I believe
Kavita Krishnan is through with us. My party's view, yes, government has already done that, and will take it to logical conclusion. He was unnecessarily taking the name of the Chief Minister in this when fair investigations come, and court was supervising it. There was nothing like politics, nothing like that. Chief Minister,
and I have strong evidence to that effect. I have strong evidence to that effect.
Just to malign the party very unnecessarily.
Okay, 1 minute. Mr. Ankush Sharma, if you have evidence, please take the evidence and go to court. You are well versed with the way law functions in our country. File a petition, file a plea.
Here is the evidence.
File a petition, file a plea, and do that. Stop acting like goons within the court complex. Nobody in this country should have the right to do that. Definitely not people who are allowed to wear those black robes inside the court complex. Yes.
If they wanted any correction in the matter, it was done.
Okay, let me go across to two of my other panelists, please. Kavita Krishnan first. Kavita Krishnan, do you believe there should be action against people who block the process of investigation and justice, that too within the court premises?
I'm absolutely in agreement with that proposal, because I think that it was an entirely illegal thing. The law in our country is very clear that if there is a complaint, there has to be an FIR, and the police has to investigate and then file a charge sheet. When the police was going to file the charge sheet, at that time to try and physically block the filing of the charge sheet, that is an obstruction of justice. And my question actually is, why were these people not arrested right then? Why are they being treated with such kid gloves? Why were they not arrested? Because they were trying to block the, prevent justice from being done. Now, I'm saying these are the people who've been arrested are accused. They are not yet convicted, and I'm not even calling them rapists. I'm saying they are accused of rape and murder. They're accused of a particularly heinous rape and murder of a small child. Now, if they are innocent, they have to go and prove it in court. It's as simple as that. If these people feel that justice may not be done, something wrong has been done, let them fight it out in court, like every other citizen in the country. How can they say that just because, and my particular worry is that they're trying to vitiate the atmosphere in which this trial will be held, which is why I really feel that the trial ought to be transferred out of the state. Because imagine how they are vitiating it. They are trying to mobilize opinion there, mobilize people there by saying that as long as someone from such and such community is arrested, such and such organization is arrested, they cannot be guilty. They have to be innocent. So if the investigative agency is to prove its impartiality, then it has to arrest someone else.
She's peddling
so,
lies.
you know, you are basically acting like a khap panchayat, saying we will decide guilt and innocence based on the community of the person accused and the community of the victim. This is a very dangerous trend for our country, and extremely dangerous trend for justice. And I think that this attempt to vitiate the whole atmosphere, there is something the courts of our country also should not be silent spectators to. The High Court should not be a spectator to it. The Supreme Court should not be a spectator to it. They should take action against the entire Bar Association of Kathua that is acting in this completely illegal manner, like a bunch of goons. And this is not the first time, let me remind you, that there have been other occasions on which bar associations and lawyers have done this kind of thing on a variety of other occasions in other places. And I think that this is something that the courts start needing to take extremely seriously. They need to put such people in jail. They need to take action. They need to get such people arrested. Otherwise, what is the message that they are giving? That you and I, ordinary citizens, cannot take law into our hands and decide that if someone we like is someone of our family is arrested, then we can simply block justice by threatening violence in the court premises. But somebody wearing a black coat can do that. Lawyers are allowed to do that. Is that the message we are giving to the world? The world is watching. Is this what India is going to say about its legal system? And
no, it's an absolute blot on the legal system.
Not just some shouting match on television.
Yes.
This is an 8-year-old child, an 8-year-old little girl of whom there is evidence of the way in which she was tortured with electrocution, she was gang raped, and then she was strangulated and thrown in a ditch like she was some kind of garbage. And apparently, the police tell us that they have DNA evidence and they have a confession of one of the accused. Now, obviously, police confessions, if it's only a police confession, it is not admissible. Only that is not admissible as evidence. But if they have DNA evidence, if they're able to match the fact that these people were there, if they're able to prove where all this happened, let's give it a chance in court. That's the only way in which every criminal trial in the country goes on. You can't have it that people say that someone of my community, you know, I feel that a rape incident, a murder incident of a child,
she's peddling lies. She's peddling lies. Nobody has said that someone of my community.
We have to say
people are demanding a CBI investigation.
We should be able to say that, and I really hope that the people of Jammu will stand up.
Kavita Krishnan, I don't know if you can hear us.
Of Jammu a bad name.
Yes, Kavita, I think one of them wants to contradict you.
Number one,
I'm not too sure if Kavita Krishnan can hear us because we were having some issue with
Ashifa is ours, just as Jyoti Singh was ours.
Yeah. Can I say this? Can I set the record straight?
Yes. Okay. I think we've lost audio line with her. We're going to patch that again. But yes, how is she not correct? Yeah.
She's not correct in saying that until and unless someone from particular community is arrested, we are not going to stop. This is not the demand that has been raised by neither the lawyers nor the locals of the area. The only demand the people of area are demanding is a CBI inquiry. And the reason for that, I have this Hiranagar Munsif's order by a judge where she says that the conduct of the crime branch in conducting this investigation was not good, unwarranted. They presented copies of the CD reports which were not complete. It is unwarranted. This is the judge who says. And now this is a statement given by Neeraj Sharma. I say this is Neeraj Sharma, Sahil Sharma before the judicial magistrate, where they say that the crime branch tortured us to say that we have to create false evidence. Now, where they have made a statement, 20-year-old child, 20-year-old child was picked up as witnesses.
Faith in a court-monitored probe?
Your problem is you're too much into propaganda.
I have heard your answer. I am asking you a counter question. Do you want to take my question?
Please.
Do you not have faith in a court-monitored probe?
I want to ask you one question, ma'am.
1 minute, Mr. Mir. You don't have faith in a court-monitored probe?
We have faith only.
You have faith in CBI. That's it.
We do not have faith in crime branch. We do not have faith in crime branch.
Isn't it a court-monitored probe?
By a judicial magistrate.
Isn't it a court-monitored probe?
Kindly understand this.
Is it not a court-monitored probe?
The High Court
monitored probe.
The High Court is not monitoring it on. The High Court is not monitoring the probe.
You don't have faith in a High Court monitored probe? Yes or no?
We do not have faith in crime branch, the investigative wing of the state police. You understand the difference between the two? High Court is not monitoring the case on a day-to-day basis.
No,
we have problem with crime branch.
Okay, Rafi Mir, please.
I know you won't let me speak. I
have gotten your point. I have gotten your point. Please, Ankur Sharma, this whole rhetoric.
The audience, or am I participating?
Yes, Sushil Pandit, my apologies to you.
I want to ask a question to Mr. Ankur.
One minute. Everybody, little bit of decorum here. Ankur Sharma, please keep your rhetoric about specific narratives or anywhere else you may want to go.
I am not being
Here is about facts. I have asked you the facts. You've given me the evidence. I am going to take it across to Sushil Pandit. Sushil Pandit has been patiently waiting for half an hour. My apologies to you, Sushil Pandit. You've heard everybody and everybody's arguments. What would you want to say at this point? What explains the kind of behavior we saw yesterday?
Tanvi, I'm not going to explain any behavior. In fact, I am really sad that my state is sinking deeper and deeper into an abyss of administrative, political and social morass. This young girl deserved better. And the way she's been probed, her death, her rape has been probed, leaves much to be desired. Just look at these facts. Her body was found on 10th of January. Within 10 days, the local police team that was probing was shunted out, a new SIT was formed. Within another 10 days, even that SIT was shunted, a third SIT was formed. Policemen from 200 kilometers apart, from Rajouri, Poonch and from Srinagar Valley were brought in as if under an agenda. And then, even before the forensic report came, the Chief Minister tweeted that she has been brutally raped and she's been murdered, and all kinds of accusations were flying thick. She even tweeted that those carrying a tricolour are trying to defend rape and murder. So this entire issue got mired even before clarity emerged. Will you please keep quiet, Mr. Mir, and have some sense? I am coming after half an hour after listening to you patiently.
You are starting in a way as if nothing has happened.
1 minute.
Please keep quiet.
Keep
quiet and let me speak.
Gentlemen. Okay, putting the audio down for everybody. Putting the audio down for everybody. My apologies to my panelists for doing this to you, Mr. Mir and Sushil Pandit. Please, let's not do this. This is a very civilized debate we want to have without shouting. An 8-year-old has been brutally murdered. Can we please show some respect? Now, Mr. Mir, I will come back to you. You can respond to what Sushil Pandit is saying, but let Sushil Pandit finish his point. Yes, Sushil Pandit.
But only after I finish.
Yes.
After I finish. Thank you so much. So what I'm saying is, from the very start, within 20 days, 3 SITs have been created. Policemen, not local, from far off, 200, 300 kilometers away, have been drafted, carefully handpicked, as if in order to fulfill an agenda. And lo and behold, this small village called Rasana, 25 to 30 households, was so terrorized that the entire village emptied out. I know what emptying out is like from the valley. They were displaced from their homes. They had to run away and fend for themselves. Then they were then brought back and kept completely terrorized. The local police had no access. Now, this is no way to probe crime. This is no way to approach.
By the intervention of the court,
Mr. Mir, please keep patience. Please keep patience. I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet, Mr. Mir. Mr. Mir, I'm not finished yet. Let me give you some more facts to your discomfiture.
Hurriyat activists.
Please say something which is
They
which pertains to the
in and
case.
they started actually naming people as to so and so should be arrested,
If
so
you-
and so should be arrested,
if
and
you-
police
if you-
started
if you
arresting
give
them.
No, okay. This is going. This is not. This is going off track here.
No, come on.
Here is the basic point. Here is the basic point. If anybody has a problem with the investigation, you go to the courts. You go to the government. If the government seems to be acting in a biased way, Sushil Pandit, please wait.
Give you one example.
Sushil Pandit, here is
one example.
Sushil
Tanvi.
Pandit.
Just
You
one
cannot,
example.
Sushil Pandit. I need facts here. I don't want people to quote things which have been heard or said elsewhere. I need facts here. It's a very sensitive issue. Many forces are just standing by to try and communalize this issue. At the heart of it is the basic allegation that this girl was murdered because the perpetrators of the crime wanted to send a message across to her community. But let's just please stick to the facts of the crime, Mr. Mir. There is a loss of faith, some say, in the investigation. What is your response to that? Mr. Mir, what is your response to those who are claiming loss of faith in the police investigation?
But I think because I will very simply tell you, this whole investigation was being monitored by the court, and anybody has a right to differ from the investigating agency, that is crime branch. They have the highest decision-making body, that is the court, where the challan is. We have the highest courts and many forums in the court available where they can approach for a better decision, for a judgment, for a justice. Nobody stops. But heckling the police, not allowing them to do a legal duty, that is very absurd, that is very critical, that is very bad, and that is condemned from every nook and corner of the state.
No, but the allegation is that 3 times the investigative team had to be changed. 3 times the investigative team had to be changed, Mr. Mir.
You see, I will tell you. Initially, this was a routine FIR, but as soon as the heinous crime came to fore, and government could understand the intensity of the crime, a sit was constituted, and most brilliant officers among the eyes of police were put into that. You can raise fingers, but don't you repeat, and doesn't Mr. Pandit know that there has been court monitoring the situation, and if anybody is aggrieved genuinely, without politicking and without aggravating the situation, court could have been approached. And when it was the last day yesterday, when challan was being produced and they were approaching the CGM's office, this was not a way that could have been done. They could again have approached the court only, and court could take a decision in this.
Okay.
Any decision could have been taken in the court in favor of the public, in favor
Mr.
of the
Khajuria,
children, in favor of the petitioner.
Abhishek Khajuria, do you believe that the right way to go about would have been to go to approach the court, just like anybody else in our country can, constitutionally speaking? You are a lawyer. You must be well versed of that.
See, we didn't use any criminal force against any of the police official, against any of the official of crime branch. We didn't use any force. But still, police station Kathua has lodged FIR against us.
On every TV.
No.
What?
You see the pictures. You see the pictures and videos.
What force you will
we
use,
were just protesting
You should be
peacefully.
ashamed of yourself.
We were
you are
just
an officer of the court. And how can you make such
we were just protesting
arguments?
peacefully.
Who
we
are
were just
you?
demanding.
Who are you
we
to
were just
stop the
demanding
court process?
that
It
we
was
were just
not
demanding
not
that
your duty to protect the
CBI
people.
probe must.
Your duty was to
Okay,
allow the crime.
so why don't you, Mr. Khajuria,
We didn't resist. We didn't
Mr.
resist any
Khajuria,
police officer.
why don't you file a PIL? Why don't you file a PIL? Why don't you file a petition? Whatever the legal.
Yes.
So what was
We'll
the
definitely
need?
file.
What was the need to do what you did yesterday? within the court premises. Aren't you ashamed? Aren't you ashamed of behaving in such a hooliganistic manner within the court premises? We have all heard that video. We've all watched that video.
Yesterday,
he committed contempt of court. It was obstruction of justice.
You protested peacefully.
We just protested peacefully. That is it.
Law.
We didn't stop any of the police official.
You didn't. Then why does your statement say? Why does your statement? Yes, Shabnam Lone, come 1 minute. 1 minute, Shabnam Lone.
No.
Mr. Abhishek Khajuria.
Projected by
Is this statement a false statement? It's said to be signed by President Kirti Bhushan Mahajan. It says Bar Association Kathua. It's dated 9th of April. Is this a false statement that has been given to the media? It says all the bar members. No, I want to read out because it says the agitation of the bar proved successful and the crime branch was compelled to go back and the challan could not be presented in the court of Learned Chief Judicial Magistrate of Kathua. Is this a false statement I have in my hand?
Ma'am, we were just demanding
yes or no
that the challan of the case may not be presented.
And you have bragged about it. And you have bragged about it. Shabnam Lone, please.
Unless our demand of CBI inquiry is met with.
Shabnam
Lone,
please.
We were just demanding this.
Only let him say this was issued by the bar or no.
Now? Whatever the facts of the case, whatever the process of law, it must go on as per the constitutional standards of due process. These lawyers, officers of the court, they acted as hooligans. They brought the process of justice to a halt. They have absolutely no right to do that. Who are they that the challan should not be filed?
Cannot hide the facts that political agendas are riding this probe.
The Chief Justice of India, I request the Chief Justice of India to take suo motu cognizance of this matter. I request the Bar Council of India to see that their licenses are cancelled. These hooligans, they are hooligans. They do not believe in the due process of God. They are ashamed to the bar. And let me say this thing, the law takes its own course. The law does not go as per the whims and caprices of these people concerned. This is not a communal issue. Let me make one point.
Is overlooking the political agendas driving this probe.
What was he saying? That he
Shabnam
again
Lone, in her sanctimonious grandstanding, is covering up for all political agendas driving this probe.
Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. 1 minute, please. I just want to reiterate, remind everybody what we are talking about. This is not about somebody's political agenda.
Feel powerless.
Yes, okay, Mr. Sharma. This is not about anybody's political agenda. This cannot be about anybody's communal agenda. 1 minute.
Did that, and for that little girl to have justice, it is very important to have an independent and fair investigation. I say that I have evidence in my hand, findings noted by judicial magistrates, which can clearly say that
so take your evidence. So take your evidence and go to the court of law. Take your evidence and go to the court of law. Stop spreading your hateful propaganda on court premises. Stop spreading your hateful propaganda, any kind of propaganda that you have elsewhere, sir.
It is not hateful propaganda. It is in the
on January 17th, a body of a child was found lying down. The girl's body was bruised, black and blue. There were bite marks on the face and the shoulders and the eyes swollen. Bones in her body were broken. Family struggled to even bury her in land that they had brought more than a decade ago. They couldn't even bury her because the atmosphere had been vitiated so badly that they had to go to a nearby village to bury the body of the child, the brutalized, badly bruised body of 8-year-old girl. This is what has happened. This girl was sedated and kept in captivity for several days. The police has now charged 7 people. I want to take you through what the police has said. This is what is being contested by several of our panelists. I will make it very clear because our panelists are loudly talking over each other. I have right now asked my team to reduce the volume so that I can get across to my viewers right now, which is of utmost importance in this case. There are 7 people who've been charged. The mastermind is allegedly the 60-year-old former bureaucrat, a retired revenue official called Sanji Ram. The main accused, who was thought to be a juvenile, but there are medical reports that we have right now that show that he is probably 19 years old. The main accused has been charged of raping her. There are 4 police officials. This is where it gets worse. There are 4 police officials who've been charged, 1 sub-inspector and 1 constable, for destroying evidence. The SIT claims that they have now got evidence that these 2 washed away the blood-soaked clothes of the victim before they sent it for forensic investigation. There are 2 other special police officers who've also been charged. One of them, the investigation reveals, and the police claims, one of them allegedly bought the drug, traces of which was found in this girl. He bought the drug days before she was kidnapped, indicating that this was a planned kidnapping and crime, with policemen involved, with crucial evidence destroyed, with preliminary investigation completely destroying evidence that could lead us to actual killers. So, Mr. Mir, the last question is to you. How are you so confident now that justice is being done with that investigation? Why are you not open to the demand of a CBI probe, Mr. Mir?
Government is very convinced that we have very professional police in Jammu and Kashmir. It is ranking very high in
4 of them
Jammu and
have
Kashmir.
been booked
It has
in the
been
same
working on all
case.
fronts, including that of the turmoil in Jammu and Kashmir. I'll tell you. Now that the government is also satisfied and the court has been monitoring, we are very sure that justice will be done, and now the case is before the court, and all the decisions now regarding the case are beyond the purview of the government, beyond the purview of the police, beyond the purview of the crime branch. It's only for the court to decide the way court chooses or they feel right.
Why did
so
they
I'm
give them
very
a long
convinced that
rope?
things will move in right direction.
Why they didn't arrest these hooligans?
Whom?
The lawyers who protested yesterday.
You are talking about lawyers?
These lawyers who obstructed justice.
I believe FIR has been lodged and law will take its own course.
They behaved as hooligans.
Yes, I agree with you that law will take its own course and law has to take its own course. He said
no, law should not be delayed, sir.
FIR has been lodged and
never be delayed. Justice delayed is justice denied, sir.
I can assure you that things will move in right direction. Law will take its own course without wastage of any time.
Okay, I want to go across to our viewer. I've got Tina Seth on the phone line calling us from Mumbai. Good evening, Tina. Go ahead, please.
Chamber of Commerce, which has not supported them. The Jammu Chamber of Commerce has not supported a Bandh call. Jammu and Kashmir, we all need to gear up and give justice to this little girl, and we should not allow it to be communalized. Thank you, Jammu Chamber of Commerce, for not allowing this matter, this grave, heinous matter, to be communalized.
Look at the number of people who've come out in streets, from the Rasana village to Kathua to Jammu and even the valley. These people are not talking about any kind of propaganda. These people are simply demanding justice. So, like they do protests without heckling policemen, Ankur Sharma, why couldn't the lawyers do that yesterday?
From the last more than 3 months, we have been demanding a CBI inquiry for the reason that crime branch is not investigating the case impartially. It is a motivated investigation. There are Hurriyat-backed activists who are being paid through Hawala money, who are coming here protesting, taking names, and in that manner all those who were named by these Hurriyat-backed activists were subsequently arrested. Then we had a stage where evidence manufacturing was done. You talked about that sedative drug. The person who was identified, the chemist who was identified, he was pressurized by the crime branch to procure a false backdated purchase order so that they can establish their case. Then there were 3 witnesses, 3 students who were studying with Vishal, what you call the mastermind, his son. They have deposed before the judicial magistrate that the crime branch investigation, that the crime branch people used to torture us. They would make us sign false documents. They would tell us to speak lies. They would tell us that if you do not toe this line, if you do not present your statement before the magistrate in this manner, your father will lose your job. They would torture them, and here is a statement made by one of them, Neeraj, before a judicial magistrate, where they say crime branch वाले मार पिटाई करते थे, मुझे उन क्राइम ब्रांच वालों का नाम ना जानता है, एक अरफान नाम का शख्स क्राइम ब्रांच में तैनात है, उसने मुजर की पट्टे से पिटाई की. इसके अलावा जो आज ऑफिसर मुजर के बयान कलम बंद करवाने लाया है, उसने भी मुजर को थप्पड़ मारे थे. क्राइम ब्रांच वाले मुजर से विशाल जगोत्रा के दस्तखत करवाने की प्रैक्टिस करवाते थे. This is how the investigation is being carried out. This is how the evidence was not being gathered,
okay.
but the evidence
so
was
here
being
is what you do, Mr. Ankur Sharma, for all the expertise that you have in the world of legal affairs. Here is what you do. You take this evidence and you go to the court of law, knock at the doors of judiciary and ask them to look into this. No, I am completely out of time here, so I am not going to allow you this. I'm sorry, I am completely out of time here, so I can't give any more time to any of our panelists, but I do promise this much, that we will take up this issue again, because here is what has happened, viewers. An 8-year-old girl was possibly killed because a few haters wanted to send a message across to another community that you are not wanted here. Or this could be the narrative and the propaganda that the state and the police want you to believe. There are forces within the state of Jammu and Kashmir right now who have different political motives and may be working to use this for their own benefit on both sides. So to all the rationals out there, here is my appeal. Please let us stand up and be that third force, the big main force here, whose only motive is to demand for justice for this 8-year-old girl. If this 8-year-old girl has fallen prey to dirty communal political agendas of the state, then all of those who are colluding must be brought to book. If this 8-year-old girl has fallen to prey to a depraved man who just wanted to have her for himself for 7 days, sedated her and raped her and murdered her, then let's still stand up and ensure that that man goes to jail. Whatever be the motive, whatever be the identity of the accused, the depraved man must suffer the consequences for the heinous crime that he has committed. And India's daughter has been lost, and the people of India must not forget that. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.